traveling to areas where the Sasquatch has been seen. As the viewer watches and sees the flora, the fauna, and the landscape, the territory of the creatures, it's not enough. You must embellish, exaggerate, make claims that for the most part are preposterous and simply untrue. Our travels have taken us to places that are amazing. The fragrance of the forest, it's incredible. For those watching, they want to see something far more dramatic. A story is not good enough, although some storytellers have tens of thousands of followers, despite not being able to prove a single thing. We make no false claims. And some said, "Why, oh why, are you giving up a monster of the woods?" Well, we're back. Same old, same old. Or is it? Happy you could join us as we do a reboot of this series. Harrison Lake and Sasquatch Provincial Park. We try to get there at least 3 times a month. A 2-hour drive from our facility, it's relatively easy to get to. Harrison is part of the Kent Regional District and famous the world over for Sasquatch sightings and the home of the late John Green, preeminent investigator and journalist. Over the winter months, we will spend considerable time in this area. We will launch many expeditions over the winter of 2020. We hope you join us. In the meanwhile, we head back to Similkameen country, where for over 40 years people have reported hearing strange sounds coming from the deep woods. Some describe them as animals in distress, others as frightening, and some suggest they're the sounds of Sasquatch. Similkameen country, a nocturnal adventure and exploration. Glad you could join us. Let's go! So this is the exact spot, the precise location where the howling was heard. Move a little farther up now. Did find this. I didn't want to make too much about that. It could have been somebody. It's very quiet. There's a lot of bugs out here. It's very, very buggy. Okay, I'm gonna move to a new location. Stand by. Okay, this is the exact time they heard the howling. They've heard it for 4 consecutive nights. Right here. We're up country in Sasquatch country, just beside a ranch, which encompasses over 400 acres. And this is where they claim they're hearing the howling. We'll check back in a little while. Stand by. Not too far away from the first spot. Nothing has happened. We haven't heard a thing. It's really, really quiet. Earlier we did see some cattle. The cattle are free range, so they're just wandering around. There has been no mutilation of cattle or attacks on cattle by known predators like bears or cougars in some time. Cougars or mountain lions are opportunist. But it's really a lot of bugs here, man. It's incredible. So I'm gonna call it a day. Sasquatch country. On occasion, we get correspondence from people who say, "You should have been where I was and heard what I heard." Many of these witnesses are from urban centers, and they may not be familiar with all animals in the forest. It's when people who have lived in this area all of their lives are hearing things they can't explain. That piques our interest. The question begs to be asked, is it Sasquatch they're hearing? Sure sounds like it, from the descriptions we've read and sound bites we have heard. We spent one night here. Nothing. The next night we did capture something. And on the next episode we will share that with you. In the meanwhile, we'll try to discern exactly what it was. The one thing we must remind you, there are things that happen that seem strange in the moment, but are really quite explainable. We travel to areas and see very strange things. We can't jump to any conclusions. By the way, we want to thank you for revisiting this series and spending your time here. We are most grateful. Friends, we humbly request you like, share, and subscribe to support this content. Remember, stay safe, and until next time, eyes open, cameras ready. Over and out.